You're listening to The Chris Carlisle Show, hosted by me, Chris Carlisle. Welcome to this week's episode. I was scrolling on YouTube last night and I found the video from the 2002 Class AA Division II Texas quarterfinals football playoff game between Centerville and Rosebud-Lott. The YouTube video was produced by a gentleman named Colby Gardner, and from the looks of what I've seen so far, it looks like it's the team video for Centerville. I guess he was their videographer, so I wanted to turn it on right here and watch it and do a little commentary, if you want to call it that. The game was played on December 6th, 2002 at Kyle Field at A&M, and right now it looks like the Cougars have the ball with Jordan Pargas at quarterback, and he fakes and keeps it and gets a few yards. Is brought down at the 40. I think I listened to this game when it was broadcast live by KMIL in Cameron. I went to the state semifinal game and also the state championship game. The semifinal was against Rogers, and the championship game, of course, was against Cisco. All right, the Cougars still have the ball. Pargas in the gun. He takes a snap and keeps it again and gets to the good run there. He got to about the 21 for the, I guess a first down or pretty close to one. So there's three receivers split right. And a flag looks like some movement. Like I said, I listened to the game on KMIL from Cameron, and the radio station I worked at there in Cameron back in '89, KCRM, we had the rights to the Yo games. And then after we went off the air, KMIL picked them up and has had them ever since. Back to play now. Party still in the gun, drop it back, throws to the right, and incomplete. To, let's see here, find it. Justin Goldsby. Pargas takes a snap again, rolling out to the right, throws and is complete. And out of bounds at the 1. So it's first and goal. Three receivers split left. Pargas hands off to see where that was at. Like I said, the film was from the top of the press box. You can't really see the numbers very clearly. Bright is still in the gun now. Three receivers split right. He hands the ball off to number 3, Josh Travis, who was a junior that year. Short pass caught. Do you get in? Yes, touchdown. Play to Byron Thomas. Now going for the extra point. And it's good. So it's 7-0 RL. As I was saying, the station I worked at, KCRM, we had the rights to the Cameron games, and I was wondering if they had stayed on and we had kept doing their games, would we have done the RL games? Not just that year, but also those playoff runs in 95 and 96. Kick off to Centerville now, and the Centerville returner takes it to the 25, to their own 25, where he's knocked out of bounds. All right, it was 3-and-out for Centerville in their first possession as the Cougars take over on their own 35-yard line. Parga still in the gun. In the spread offense. Takes a snap and a flag. As I was saying, talking about wondering if at KCRM if we would have picked up the RL games like KMIL did, and wondering what I would have been, how involved I would have been, either as if not play-by-play, at least maybe color, or maybe the site doing the pregame, postgame, and halftime. See here. But I guess they just kept it in, took it all the way to the 40 to the 44 for a first down. Now he keeps it again and is tripped up in the backfield. Number 59 and 4 on the coverage for Centerville. I guess listen to me trying to do commentary on here. Maybe wouldn't have done play-by-play, or maybe it would have been a little bit better if I'd been actually there instead of watching it on YouTube. Anyway, Pargas completes the pass to Goolsby again. Ball on the right on the 50. Pargas dropping back, rolling out. Pass complete. To Goolsby again, takes it to the 35 of Centerville. Centerville was called for a penalty on that play. That happened just there. So it's timeout now. Back to play. Receiver split left. 3 receivers split right. Off to Brett Bailey, and he takes it in for the touchdown. The conversion was good, and it's 14-0. Game, of course, played at Kyle Field. And Centerville had the ball again, but they also had to punt again. And they just put Jordan Pargas off right there, number 30 with the interception. So that's that was the first turnover of the game. The Cougars that year were coached by Bill Bain, who was in his 11th season. Well, the first quarter comes to an end with a score Rosebud-Lott 14, Centerville nothing. I believe they had played Centerville a few times in the 90s. Okay, Centerville's got the ball in Cougar territory right here, and the quarterback keeps it and is brought down at the it's like the 16. Maurice Cummings on the tackle. Of course, in Double-A ball, a lot of these being small towns, a lot of these kids play two-way offense and defense. I think they might have fumbled it because the Cougars are back on offense now. Pargas handing off to Josh Travis. He takes it to the 20. keeping, and is brought down at the 24. Sorry. Well, Vargas drops back now. Throws to, well, it was intended for, let me see here. Eric Woodruff, number 15. I used to work with his mama at Walmart, by the way. Vargas hands off to, what was that? He was brought down by a bunch of Centerville players, and he didn't get far. Like I said, if I'd actually been there doing this, calling play-by-play, I would have known who it was. Vargas pitch out to whatever he's got is taking it to singing in for a touchdown. That's now 20-0 RL with the extra point coming. And it was wide right. So it's now 20-0. The Centerville quarterback just threw a completion, and the receiver takes it in for a touchdown. So now they're on the board. And the kick is blocked. Picked up by the Cougars, and they're going to take it to the 45. That was Woodruff on the block and the run back. Okay, the Cougars have the ball on their 22nd yard line with Vargas in the gun. Two receivers split right. He hands off to Travis, who takes it to the 34 on the right side. I think right in front of his own bench. See receiver split right and one to the left. Vargas is going to keep... no, he's going to get sacked, actually. Then we're 44 on the and 7 for Centerville. Three receivers split left, one split right. This hands off to Bailey, and he takes it to the 39. Up the middle. Vargas completes the pass, and the receiver is brought down at the 45. Josh Travis was the ball carrier, and he was dropped for a loss of a few yards. Vargas and the keeper goes up the middle, brought down at the 47. And the Cougars have to punt for the first time. The Centerville halfback goes up the middle but doesn't get much. The Centerville quarterback keeps it and is sacked, or dropped at the right at the 20. Pretty good run there by the Centerville players. He takes it to the 30-yard line. Okay, Cougars have the ball now again. Two receivers split left. Vargas pitches to Bailey, who doesn't get far. There's a whole bunch of Centerville players brought him down, and that's the end of the first half. With the score Rosebud-Lott 20 and Centerville 6. Well, Centerville scored on their first possession of the second half to make the score 20-13. As they kick off now, and it's taken. The RL player takes it and is brought down at the 23. His own 23. That was Brett Bailey on the return. Two receivers split right. Pargas takes the snap. Willis throws down and it's caught. No, he didn't. Looks like Woodruff was the intended receiver. Keeps up the middle and goes to the let's see here. About the 43. To his own 43. Takes a snap, pitches out to Travis, who is brought down at the 49 of Centerville. Jordan kept it and didn't get much on that one. So now the Cougars will have to punt. If I remember correctly, this game ended up being a nail-biter. As was the game the following week against Rogers in Waco. Really the only game where the Cougars were really dominant was in the state championship game against Cisco. Well, there was just a play where Pargas picked off a pass, but just as the quarterback dropped back to pass, there were flags flying everywhere. It looks like the penalty was on Centerville, and the ball turns over with the interception. Pargas completed a pass to Justin Goolsby, who was brought down at the 20. Now they're in the I formation now, as Pargas hands off to Goolsby, who was brought down for a loss. I guess it was a loss. Way back to the I. Dropping back, running. Pass caught. And brought down at the 13. And a flag on the field. Looks like the penalty was on Centerville. So that's going to move the ball to the, actually it looks like the 16. Back to the gun now. Pargas keeping up the middle. Breaks the tackle, brought down at the 11. Receiver split left, 3 split right. Pargas takes a snap, picks it up, throws, and is incomplete. Good defensive effort by number 59 of Centerville. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Pargas throws to the... It was intended for Bailey, but he was had a lot of Centerville players around him, and was incomplete. And it turns over on downs, looks like. Centerville takes over. Centerville quarterbacks keep it and take it to the 20, where he is brought down at the RL 18. Good run there for at least 20 yards. He took it from his own 20 all the way to the Rosebud-Lott 20 right there. Although I think he may be coming back. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Good run there. That was nullified by the penalty. And at the end of the third quarter, it's the score, Rosebud-Lott 20 and Centerville 13. Okay, well, Centerville turned it over on that possession, so the Cougars have the ball back now. Vargas drops back, throws complete to Brett Bailey, who takes it to the 11-yard line. Vargas pitches to Travis, who takes it in for the touchdown. It's now 26-13, and they're going for two here. Man in motion was Byron Thomas. Vargas looking, still has it, and he runs it himself for the two-pointer. Of course, Jordan's older brother Kyle was on the back-to-back state tournament baseball teams back in the 90s. And I was in their mom's 6th grade class when Kyle Parkus was born. By the way, the conversion made the score 28-13. Okay, I formation for Centerville now. Quarterback turns, throws, it's incomplete. A couple of Cougars on the coverage there. Pitch out, takes it to the left at the 35 where he's brought down. Now they come out of the huddle. Man in motion, I formation. And he's going to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. Down by number 63. And they punt it. Almost stop play altogether. Anyway, the Cougars have the ball back now. The three receivers split to the left, one to the right. Vargas in the gun again. Hands off. No, he keeps it. And he's brought down at the 46, the 49 of Centerville. So they're in midfield. Off to Bailey, who was brought down at the 45. And that's the ball game. The final score, the Rosebud-Lott Cougars 28, and I believe the Centerville Tigers 13. It's the Cougars advanced in that 2002 AA Division II playoffs. They went on to, of course, beat Rogers in the state semifinals, and they beat Cisco in the state championship game to earn what is, to this day, the school's only championship. They had previously played for a championship back in the early 70s during the 1971 season, which was the team's second year of varsity football. The Rosebud-Lott and Rosebud High School and Lott High School, that is, had consolidated after the 1969-1970 season. They went through, after the 72 season, they went through some rough years, including 1 to 9 seasons in my 8th grade, freshman, and sophomore years. Then we dropped to Class AA, and for the 86-87 season, we finished that season with a 2-8 record. And then in my senior year, we barely missed the playoffs with a 6-4 record, losing to Rogers and Manor in the last two games of the season. Had the format where they take at least three teams to the playoffs, we probably would have qualified back then. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to this week's special episode of the Chris Carlisle Show, and hope you can understand what I was saying on this, trying to do play-by-play of this game from way back in 2002. Until then, have a good day. Hi, I'm Chris, and thank you for listening to my podcast, The Chris Carlisle Show. The Chris Carlisle Show is available on Spreaker. Please leave a like and a review, and also a follow. It's also available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Podchaser, and Podcast Addict. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.